ladies and gentlemen, welcome to what could potentially be the final GameStar presentation for the evening. We are into the grand final of the Respawn LAN between Royal Genesis and apparently some other team. They are known as Strength in Numbers. They're currently 1-0 up. They are the champions from last year, and they'll now be attempting to defend that title in what was meant to be a best of 5, but because of time restraints is a best of 3. My name is ColdBlood, and joining me for this cast will be SuperRoach. How are you?
I'm good, thanks, mate. It's currently 1:12. We've had some sausages. It's a little bit late, but you know our spirits are still high, ColdBlood.
Yeah, thankfully I got to go have some sausages and then come back, and the game's like halfway through the champ select. So we've got the one game up Strength in Numbers over on the left-hand side. They've banned out Vayne, Shen, and Teemo, so they don't want to be dealing with the global taunt of the worst character ever made in any story ever, which is the Teemo. And they have banned out Zyra, Lee Sin, and Corki. Now over to Royal Genesis. They have decided to ban out Ari, Kassadin, and Malphite. So they do not want to be going against the Seductress again.
They're going for similar characters as what they did previously as well, ColdBlood. Like, for example, Orzon is going as the Blind Monk again, which was very popular for him with taking on the Royal Genesis.
No, that was actually Outcast who ran the Lee Sin. And it worked alright early on, but later on it didn't go as they planned. So Royal Genesis have decided to pick up J4. The Thresh will be making a return, as was the Orianna, but they're taking a Graves this time on Stealthy Asian. Uber lead on the Orianna. He had a very bad game last time. He's going to have to try and do a bit better. Zodiac going with his beloved Vi. We will be seeing LeBlanc played by Aluzon. We'll have to see how it goes against the Orianna. Uber Elite defeated a LeBlanc quite well in the previous series. We'll have to see if he can replicate that.
Indeed. And that's what it's all good about as well. You know, seeing can they replicate that success, and can the other team counter it? You know, have they been observing the strats in these matches? That's the advantage of the LAN. You know, it happens that quick between matches that you can't go. You can really pull out, you know, your trap cards.
Yeah.
General Akbar would be really proud of us.
For sure. So Aluzon is no, sorry, hang on. Is that what they're doing? Orzon is normally the mid player, and Brandon Execute normally the top player, but they've kind of switched around what they're doing mostly. They may be switching at the last second here, Ochi. I'm surprised to see a potential Lee Sin come out of Brandon Execute. No, they will be going like this. So Brandon Execute has been playing boring tank champions all night. Now all of a sudden he's playing one of the burstiest champions in the whole game. So I'll have to see how he rolls with that.
I can imagine the team comms right now. They're like, so yep, normal. Oh crap! What
the heck?
With this change up, you know, Stealthy Asians not being so stealthy now.
Yeah, he's got the Graves, and that is a real jump in your face and kill you with a shotgun blast type of guy. The J4 by Bubble T Xenax will be a welcome change to the easily counter jungleable Amumu. We see Vlad by Mr. Loves the Spooge. I think he's played a different champion in every game. He didn't decide to go for the cannon that was so successful in the first game that we saw Royal Genesis in. He will be going against potentially a Lee Sin, maybe a LeBlanc. We're not quite sure whether Lee or LeBlanc is going top or mid.
It would be good to see how that pans out as well, and how accurate that prediction is, Cole.
So I hope you remember the guy who throws the flag around having the ball on him and everyone getting pulled in from the ball.
Yep.
That combo is available for Royal Genesis. They've shown that they're very competent at using it. We'll have to see whether it works out for them.
He did get flanked a bit though, like they sort of.
Aluzon was, Orzon 1 was all over him in the previous game. Hopefully, Uber Elite can do a little bit of a better job in this game. For level 1 power, they have both Jarvan and Orianna, who provide vision in an area of their choice for a little while, between the flag and the ball. And the hook from UC Australia. If I were Royal Genesis, I would definitely be looking at being aggressive in this game, because you've got nothing to lose. You might as well go for a bit of a risk, you know?
Yeah, well, it's an all-in kind of game too. You know, that kind of risk could pay off for them.
Yes.
But, you know, as with
Pay
any
dividends
first
for
fight,
sure.
it could go against them.
Yeah, and if they play like they did in the last game, conservative, they're going to get walked all over. They need to pull something out and bring the fight to the enemy. They've got much better champions for bringing the fight to the enemy with the J4, and Vlad going to do fairly well against. If it's Lee Sin, he'll be fine. If it's LeBlanc, he could be in a lot of trouble.
The interesting thing watching this between a pub and a normal game as well with ColdBlood is if you go all in with a 4 to 5 player lane, if you lose that, you're in a lot of trouble, and you're going to be, you might kill all the players, but they'll be wounded. You'll have to run back, regen you kind of thing. In a pub game, if that's 1 or 2 people in that lane, they could call on backup, and it's not the end of the world if that happens.
Yeah.
In this, it could very well be.
Yeah, people are much more coordinated. They're going to take advantage of every little mistake you make. So we're going to be moving into the champion select, oh, not the champion select, the loading screen,
Yes.
which we call the skin battle, obviously.
We call the I Love Ulzon, or was it Archon?
It was Ulzon, yes, who kept us waiting, or kept me waiting a long time, and you conveniently came along as the wait was finishing.
Yeah.
So moving into the skin battle here. Hope everyone's had a great time watching these games. We've had a chock-a-full day of bringing them to you. Hopefully we'll be able to bring some more tomorrow. Finally into the skin battle here, and it looks like Mafia Grave's going to come up from Stealthy Asian, as well as the Warring Kingdoms J4. That is a Chinese skin, inspired by, you know, back in the times of the Terracotta Warriors.
Yeah.
That was Warring Kingdoms is meant to symbolize that, and it is very cool.
I like how these armors got like a face on it as well.
Yeah, it's hard to notice, but it's very cool when you do that. So the Royal Genesis guys again taking away the skin battle, the competition that means absolutely nothing except swag factor. So
It's how tired are you, battle?
hopefully they'll be able to take away this game, and we'll be able to go to a cataclysmic best of or the third game.
I'm kind of more worried, ColdBlood, about, you know, Fresh. He's kind of got a lack of a neck. Do you think that will affect his ability to maneuver his head around to look at the enemies?
Well, we see Straya get some fantastic hooks. I believe the only death of Ulzon in the previous game was because he got a chain in his neck.
Yep.
So I think Straya is going to be absolutely fine here. Finally into the game screen, we're going to move the UI as soon as possible so you guys don't have to look at the skin battle UI. I'm not quite sure where to put these guys. I'm going to assume LeBlanc's going mid, but it could go either way here. Both teams heading out here, SuperRoach. This could potentially be the very last game of Saturday the 21st.
You could be all lolled out after this, ColdBlood.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting to some Dota 2 tomorrow.
Yeah.
Not that I don't love LoL, I just would like to try something else.
It's all good though. It's you know, build on the skills, especially for me not having much the LoL experience, so to speak. It's a lot to take from it.
You do prefer Counter-Strike, don't you?
Oh, well, I prefer Battlefield, but you know, it's kind of dead competitively. It makes me cry at night.
Oh man, as a Left 4 Dead player, I sympathise completely.
You're waiting for 2 and it's like, nope.
Oh, I enjoyed 2. It just, you know, people will be silly and whinge about censorship and whatnot. So, it looks like Ulzon being...
Check out Halsky next to all these people to the right of her in the mid.
Oh, where am I looking? Halsky? No, Halsky's up here.
Yeah.
So, the ward is going to spot the entirety of the red team. The blue...
This is
blue
pretty brazen.
Yeah, they're going straight for it. They did pass over a ward, no. The... Sorry?
No, I was just surprised they're going here, like, you know, rear tower. I thought it'd be invincible, but...
Oh, they're not going for the tower. They just want to steal the blue buff away.
Okay.
But all they're doing by that is, you see over at this end, the Royal Genesis guys... No, sorry, Strength and Numbers are just going to retaliate by taking the blue buff. So they're essentially just starting on opposite sides of the map.
It's a mirror.
Force is meaningless
basically a mirror.
without skill.
Force is meaningless without skill, says Ulzon as he taunts. Halsky is going to be on the Zyra. We saw him do a lot of games earlier on. He is fantastic, not only with the use of the E and R, but also with his exhaust. He is very strong at that. Zodiac, we'll have to see if he decides to go top. It is actually going to be a 1v2, so you can see the AD carry support have gone to the top lane here, Rochi. So it's going to be very difficult for Ulzon on the Lee Sin. There's not a lot he can do against this lane.
Yeah, I was just watching Bubble Teasy next, just spawning in there to take on. I can't see.
That's the red buff.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So the red buff applies a damage over time and slows. Zodiac going to be doing the same on his side, them clearing the camps at roughly the same time. It looks like Bubble T Zinx, or Bubble T. Maybe it's Double TZ 8. I wonder if we've been getting it wrong the whole time.
I'll have to ask him later on.
So Bubble T gonna be going for potentially a dive on the level 1 mission. He's now level 2. Gonna be much easier for him to escape. And I'm wondering what's going on here as Graves is pushing despite the fact that J4 is waiting there. And there is a ward, so he knows that J4 is there. Orzon is going to be ready to get the heck out immediately.
Okay, so, check out Brandon execute in the middle there. Is he going to go for a shot at Uber League? He's got the balls out though, and I think he's not afraid to use them. Yeah. He's picked him up, and yeah, they're brass and coppery.
Okay. So the Zodiac is going to be heading up to aid his Diamond 1 mid player, who's currently on top as Lee Sin. J4 going to be headed out of there. Mr. Loves to Spooge going to go down to First Blood SuperRoach. We're going to have to check out what happens here. So Mr. Loves to Spooge is going to go maybe a little bit too forward, and something's going to happen. Husky, he's going to land the Q plant. That is so much damage. Solzhen gets the flash forward. Gatling gun reduces Vlad's armor to the point where he just melts him. And that is a great start for the strength in numbers guys, getting their AE carry First Blood, and they're looking at a 900 gold lead so far.
Pretty good. Any money helps at this rate. We're only 4 minutes in, got a kill. That's quite the kill right there. A fair bit of damage done to the bottom tower, ColdBlood. A quarter damage there with Bubble T next, putting it into it.
Yeah, so he's going to try and help out Mr. Loves to Spooge, who is put at a great disadvantage early on. Looks like he's decided to pick up the Hunter's Machete just so he can get to the Spirit Stone, which gives a lot of health regen. Brandon Execute going to move in here. He probably should stick with the boring tanky champions. As Uber Elite going to get out of that relatively unscathed, and he's not going to go for the race. He's actually going to double back to his lane. As up at the top lane we can see Orzon doing very well at CSing despite the fact he is 1v2.
Yeah, Zodiac here is able to smash onto the lane there.
Into the Golem.
Yes.
The Stone Brothers.
Got a bit of an attack going on here. Brandon Execute getting a couple of shots onto Uberlane. Not enough to kill him, obviously, but just to let him know that yes, I'm still here. What are you going to do with it? We also have Bubble T next. I think he's switched lanes, if I'm correct.
He's
one. He might be going up the rear of Orzon.
Yeah, Orzon. They want to get him down. Orzon, is he going to throw the Q into the thing? No. He's going to get it on Australia there. They're going to try and get the minions under the tower and see what they can do. He doesn't have the kick available. He does have his W. Oh! Forced to blow the flash because he just used the Safeguard Iron Will on himself. And the tower up at the top lane going to take half of its health in damage. Orzon, he's sticking around despite the flashback down. Mr. Loves to Spooge, going to pull under his tower. Sulzon forced back. We keep missing what's going on down here, Roachy. The top lane is where all the action is. Both the junglers hanging out here quite a lot. Zodiac has yet to go back, and actually so has Bubble T Zinx. As Mr. Loves to Spooge definitely going to be going down here, and the Ignite going to be barriered through by Zulzon. Going to let him survive that, and picking up yet another kill.
Yes, indeed, ColdBlood here, checking out Zodiac, running around a bit again. We have at the bottom, Sulzon and Halski are very low on health. If they want to push to take on that tower, they risk being able to be killed, A, by the tower, and also if they were to teleport over there and to take them on, you could say that
Hook going to land onto Orzon, and then he's going to be flayed. It takes a bit of a shotgun blast to the face, but it's not going to be enough to deter him from farming. 2,500 gold lead to the strength in numbers, guys, as they take down that bottom tower, and they may indeed rotate the Corki Zyra up to the top lane, and Orzon can finally have the 1v1 that he wants. Mr. Loves to Spooge going to be very happy with the little farm fest he can get going on here. as Bubble T Zinx maybe trying to get a gank down on the LeBlanc. She has a double jump available. No, she just used her ultimate. She's going to be distorting through the J4. Top tower falling very low, says Mr. SuperRoach, as he is indeed correct. It falls now a 2.6k gold to the defending champions, currently 1-0 up in the series. And the CS in the mid, Brandon Execute doing a good job of staying ahead of Oriana, despite Oriana's AoE capabilities.
Yes, here again, it's tit for tat with tower attacks, basically. You've got the middle tower on the blue side is starting to get attacked, and I think it might be the next one to go down if the purple team don't rush any Bubble T jacks. Really low in health being Goblin.
Yeah, the stone golem punching him in the face a little bit too hard. Uber Elite forced to take over and take away the blue buff. He does have the shockwave available. If you guys can hear the loudspeaker in the background, that's the CSGO guys being announced as the winners. So well done to them. And it looks like Graves Thresh have decided they want to go against Corky Zyra. They're very confident here. The ultimates have been picked up by the boys on strength and numbers. We'll have to see if Royal Genesis can match them, like you said, tit for tat.
Yeah, indeed.
Oh, Mr. Loves the Spooge.
Check this out.
Oh, can he get? He gets the Ignite and the Dragon's Rage. And that Vampire is Gonski's. I guess you could say Allzon is with Team Jacob. I'm really glad you didn't get that. It was really bad.
Oh, it's all good. We're watching Allzon here. Uber Lead is having a look there going, well, you've just killed someone. Should I take you on? And I think he's looking into the negative.
Yeah, things are definitely looking bleak for the it's so hard to remember their name. I don't know why.
Royal Genesis.
Royal Genesis.
Yeah.
So they're looking good at the moment. The top tower taking a little bit of damage. Nothing too bad though. Ultimate's picked up by everyone now. Estrella at about half of his health. And Zodiac actually up here with the Assault Battery and Flash. So we could see him go on to the Graves any second now. And the Flash Lantern not going to be utilized. Stealthy Asian going to take down Sulzan. Struck down by Estrella. Zodiac potentially going to fall as well. Nice flag by Bubble T, getting the Flash, and the Demacian standard down, picks up the kill on Vi with the negligible damage it provides, and very well replied to by Royal Genesis, picking up 2 for 2 instead of just lying down and dying.
What a violent set of a few seconds there.
Yeah.
2 kills to strength.
A violent series of events, you might say.
Yes, you could say that. I meant Royal Genesis when I was saying that, by the way. Okay. Brandon Execute got some great kills in there as well. But looking at Uber Lead, he's taking on the creep here, but he's got no one to attack after that. He could push on forward if he wanted to.
Oh, he's just trying to get the counter push going and head on to the mid. He does not want his tower falling to Brandon Execute on the LeBlanc here. Looks like the BF sword has been picked up by Stealthy Asian on the Graves. His counterpart Corky getting closer and closer to the Triforce, sitting at 3-1-1. Mr. Loves the Spooge taking away the wraiths of Bubble T Zinx, doing a much better job of controlling his buffs now that he has the J4. And he should have quite a bit of gold now. He has 1,000. He'll be not able to pick up the Ancient Golem, but could potentially go Moby Boots and the Ruby Crystal. We'll have to see what he decides to do. No, he goes for the Kindle Gem. Wants that CDR, and he has the Cataclysm available now. SuperRoach will be seeing some dunking going on.
We're looking at the top here, Karski and Sultan as well. They're sitting around going, oh, well, they were about to attack.
Blue team is slain the dragon.
Around. The blue team is
oh, by the way, Dragon was being done in that time.
yeah, that happened pretty quickly as well. Uber Lead is about to get attacked, I think. We've got Allzon and Brandon Execute forming up in the middle team. The orbs being thrown by Uber Lead, though, able to put it off at the moment.
This is the vision for the red team, that he does not know that he is about to get gangbanged here. Looks like he's sitting at the tower. That is so smart by Uber Lead. Does not want to go down to the Maya, Lee Sin, and Vi. Zodiac is making his presence felt here, taking a little bit of damage from the command attack distance combo. Oh my gosh, SuperRoach, we're missing a giant fight. We're going to have okay, we're going to jump back even more, SuperRoach, and find out exactly what transpires here up at the top lane. So a plant goes down, starts some poking action. J4 going to be coming up here. Bubble T will he be going in? The Strapple Thorns going to go off onto Stealthy Asian, and knock up UC Australia. Bubble going to be coming in. Cataclysm going to trap Halski in there. Lantern forward by Stealthy Asian. Going to be falling very low. Gets the collateral damage off onto Sulzan. Sulzan could potentially pick up a double kill here. He does indeed. And now J4 has decided to turn around after the rise of the Thorns. Passive goes past him. Does Zodiac have his ultimate available? He does indeed, but they decide not to engage onto Bubble T. Probably a pretty good idea considering he's very tanky. And Uberleap, Mr. Loves the Spooge, getting some damage down on Brandon Exile here, but it's not going to phase him too much. It's very hard for LeBlanc to clear waves, but I think he'll be able to stop the tower taking too much here.
We're watching the top here at the moment where a few players, Sulzon and another one, had formed up there, but now they're breaking it apart with Halski wanting to take on the wards, it appears, instead.
Oh, Sulzon is going for the back door onto Oriana here. Is Zodiac going to be able to jump on top of anyone? He's going to use a Vault Breaker to get into the gap. As J4, is he going to come and throw down the flag? No, the recall's going off by the guys in the red trunks. They're behind by about 3,500 gold at the moment. They've been making some nice plays to try and come back. They need to continue with the solid play here, SuperRoach.
They're doing it well though. It's 7-3. It's, you know, it's still definitely anyone's game. We have a few players here on the
Oh, Mr. Lobster Spooge is going to be dived here. As Halski, I think he's going to fall here. He does indeed. 1-for-1 trade. Sulzan taking a lot of the tower hits. Unfortunately for the Royal Genesis guys, they don't have anyone around to clean up that low health Corgi. J4's on his way up, but he will be too late by the time he gets there. Uberleap getting the blue buff and going to go for Brandon Execute. Does not have distortion available. Oh yes, yes he does.
We have the bottom tower about to go down here, by the way, ColdBlood.
Oh, no, it's not. Sulzon onto Stealthy Asian here. Lee Sin, when he has items, he does quite a bit. Stealthy Asian, nothing he can do. Tries to pop the collateral damage. Sulzon letting him live for a while, I guess.
That's a taunt.
Eventually gets the Tiamat proc and catapults his team into a 5,000 gold lead. Switching it up and going offlane Lee Sin rather than mid.
Yes, that's... what do you think they can do with that amount of money difference?
They
look like I'm paying attention.
Yep. Okay, so what they could do with that wealth, SuperRoach, is try and get the push on Sulzon. Oh, he's getting 1v1 by Mr. Loves the Spruce. Oh, barely. Is he gonna? Oh, the cannon minion. Cannon minion runs up and finishes him off. Very unlucky for Mr. Spruce there. Top the mid tower going to fall. J4 can't lantern his way out of there. He does end up falling. Uberleap, Stealthy Asian, and Straya trying to hold on. The hook not going to land. A rare miss by Straya there. Going to take a lot of damage from the Triforce Corki.
Great shot from Super ColdBlood to take on UC Straya, get him into a fragile state.
Yeah, for sure. So the excessive force going on by Vi. Hook not reaching far enough to hit much of anything here. As Stealthy Asian, he is going to stay back for now. The minions in the mid being cleared out, and the push going to continue here for the strength and numbers squads.
Indeed, here we see roughly 3 in the middle, both sides, ready to attack each other and go for it. I'd imagine that the strength in numbers people are feeling a little bit worried at the moment after so many kill streaks in a row there.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a tough road ahead for the Royal Genesis guys. Finally getting the hang of it. I can remember their name on cue now.
Awesome. Yeah.
It's going to be a steep road uphill for them. I've said that before. They've been in this situation. They couldn't handle it last time. We'll have to see if they can manage to do so this time. They have all 5 of their members in the mid here, but the counter pushing of Zyra and the finishing off of Corki is much too strong. The red team, they have pressure on at the top lane, but their bottom tower easily could be falling to Sulzon here. As red team, they're trying to mobilize to deal with Sulzon here. Oh, this could be bad. Lee Sin going to be jumped on, ward jump out of there instantly. Oh, is he going to go for it? No, the blue team is going to be coming in here. Red team have walked into a trap. Bubble T getting the Cataclysm off. Shockwave landing on absolutely nothing. J4 getting out of range there. as Zorzon going to pop the barrier to try and exhaust. Oh, Olzon flying very far away. Stealthy Asian going to try and get out of there as you see Straya. Not quite sure a bit what was going on there. Straya, ew, will he get out? Olzon falling very low.
This is bad, ColdBlood.
He's going to fall in the end. The Blind Monk goes down, picks up the ace, and it looks like strength in numbers. At this rate, they may be the champions once again here, SuperRoach. As
I
Siren.
haven't seen a match where the whole team got won.
Yeah, so the ace finally goes out. It's only the 18-minute mark, and the gold lead 8,000 in strength in numbers. I was going to say numbers and strength. That doesn't make much sense.
Yes.
It's only 2 o'clock. I don't know what I'm saying anymore.
Do it.
So, I'm not sure what Brandon's doing there, jumping all over the place. May have been lag, and something's going on in the chat. We want, come handshake, we want our 50.
Well,
So, it's Stealthy Asian saying he wants his $50.
check out this rush in the middle. This is going to be brutal. There's going to be bloodshed.
They want this tower down, and they're going to be pushing forward to get it. As you see Straya going to bring up the rear, the full force from Mr. Loves to Spooge. Zodiac, does he have the assault and battery available? He does indeed. Olzon not going to land the resonating strike. Zulzon going to dodge the, the death sentence from Thresh there. Q going to land on to Dingo as the insect moves go out from Lee Sin. Zulzon going to jump straight out of the Strangle Thorns goes down. Not going to knock up too much of anything, but the red team are being demolished. The Mr. Loves to Spooge picks up the Lee Sin, but double kill for Zulzon. Stealthy Asian, there's no way he can get out of this one. Zodiac forced to back out of there. Brandon executes, sitting under the tower. He's forced to flash out of there. Oh, it quickly darts back in. Halski going to be taken down by the tower in what ends up being a 1 for 5. Oh, well, I guess it was 2 for 5 with the rest of strength and numbers falling very low, but not low enough to take on the tower.
Well, that tower's down.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
It's odd, like they've got pretty much everything they want at this rate. 21 to 9. That's an unprecedented ratio with this kind of competition.
Yeah, over 10,300 gold in the lead. Brandon execute really be able to escape this. He's going to put J4 on his leash, and he will back away. Zodiac going to start up the recall. Mr. Love Spooge, he's got his eyes on the creep wave up here. Vlad loves to eat up minion waves like this. Going to AoE it down quite quickly. The rest of his team bringing up the rear here. Stealthy Asian getting his dance on at the Nexus. I think the surrender may be coming out here, Rochi.
You reckon?
Yeah, well, I don't see why else the AD carry would be dancing at the Nexus.
Anything in the team chat going on there? It's a 10k difference at 20 minutes. That's very impressive. It feels like the unsighted giving up a bit.
Yeah, I think they realise they've lost it. They want their $50. The flash pull goes out from Vlad. The surrender going to go off. Mafia Graves getting his dance on there. And the game going to end. Strength in numbers for the second year in a row, going to win Respawn.
Congratulations.
Talking through you on there.
Yeah. No, that was a good round. Like, they nearly come back a few times there, getting a couple of kills, but they were quick to bite that back and not let them, that advantage stay as an advantage.
Yeah.
Team downing all of them at one point is very effective for them.
Yeah. I think we'll have to hand the MVP for this game over to Sulzon here, SuperRoach, having a 9-1-9 fantastic game on the Corki, picking up the first blood. I think he only died towards the end there. And yeah, that wraps that up. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. I very much invite you to head on over to GTV3 and check out Rag's coverage of the Dota 2 Grand Final. This has been a GameStar presentation. Tomorrow we'll be bringing more content to you. Any parting words here, Rochi?
Stay awesome, and we love the train wrecks.
Okay, yeah, we do. We also want to shout out to our sponsors, OzGamers. We very much appreciate everything they do for us. This is ColdBlood and SuperRoach signing out.